Yep.
We call it the Mac City Minute. So we're going to put you on the spot. Tanner has 5 quick little questions for you.
Yep.
Tanner, hit him with your questions.
Question number 1. Working in radio for so long, how has it shown you Fort McMurray?
I don't know where that voice came from, man.
Yeah.
Working in radio, what does working in radio show me at Fort McMurray? That Fort McMurray is by far the most giving community in the world. I love Fort McMurray in the fact that when something happens, the community just gathers around and fixes it. It's not a matter of, okay, well, let's go get a GoFundMe or get a thing. It's like, oh, Billy's doing a fundraiser. Here, Billy, here's the way to go. And the best way to do that, and you could show millions of examples here at Fort McMurray, but I'll show you the most simple example. My very first radio promotion ever. I got in the van the first weekend I was here, drove to Home Hardware. They were having a hot dog sale. Now in Nova Scotia, you pull up to a hot dog sale, they've had to provide their own barbecue, their own propane, their own buns, their own hot dogs, their own ketchup, their own pop. And the place just provides a spot for them to go and sell it. I have never seen it where they walk in and show up and the propane is supplied, the barbecue is supplied, the hot dogs are supplied, the condiments are supplied, the pop is supplied, and all you have to do is sell them to make that happen. So I'm like, okay, that's different. And then as people are walking in, they're like, hey, you want a hot dog? No, I'll hit you on the way out. And in Nova Scotianese, that's, sorry, I don't have any money. Those same people were coming out and dropping a $50 bill into the canister. Sir, you want a hot dog? Nope, that's okay. Receipt? Nope, that's okay. And they walk away and you go, what? My first year in Fort McMurray, we raised $10 million. I had a finger in $10 million of
Incredible.
fundraising. Incredible. But that's what radio showed me Fort McMurray's like.
All right, question number 2. What is your favorite event you've gone to over the years in Fort McMurray?
Oh, that is so hard. So hard. So as a guy who keeps saying, if you say there's nothing to do in Fort McMurray, follow me for a week, and if you're not exhausted, I'll be very, very surprised. So I've been to lots and lots of events. National baseball. My very first announcing gig at the then Casman Center, now Center Fireplace, the red and white game from the Canadian junior team with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins playing on it. Like, that was incredible. Seeing Kiss as close as I saw them. Being able to be with Helix, who sang our wedding song, Heavy Metal Love. That's what my wife walked down the aisle to working with Tiffany, working with Men Without Hats, doing all these Nitro Circus. Oh my God, that's one of the things I wanted to mention was Nitro Circus, the biggest production I ever worked for in my life. There's pictures of it. Like, my buddy's down there. I'm like, take as many pictures of me as you can. And I'm on this huge camera working with Pasternak and all the boys from Nitro Circus. And I'm just like, insane. The people that I'm working with, the guy beside me does the NHL cam, center ice cam for the Nashville Predators. Another guy that's producing it just came off tour with Tina Turner. Like, it was all this stuff. It was like, what? So I don't want to say any events. There's so many events. Like the first year we were here, the MMA was going on, big and rich. There was Dierks Bentley, Reba McEntire, George Canyon, all that thing, Kiss. My goodness, there's so much to going on here.
Question number 3 for you today. What is your favorite piece of equipment you use?
Oh, okay. So I own a video production company, so I have some expensive toys. That's the way I like to call them. I like to call them toys. On my Facebook page, I posted a picture of what I was doing today, of me recording a video with my toys. But my new favorite toy is I have what's called a DJI Ronin gimbal. And I put my new Panasonic GH5 on that, and I can run, and everything is smooth as silk. It's got an extender stick. I can push it through holes and it looks like drones are flying through things. And I know that you're always looking for product endorsements.
Right.
DJI Ronin S2 is what you want. Don't get the Ronin, get the S2. You need the S2.
I've got it upstairs.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
It's like
DJI
that
makes
follow
amazing.
feature is incredible. Just that. I'm waiting to do a lecture with somebody, hitting follow, and just have them walk in front of me. Like, just incredible. Yeah.
They're gimbals and they're drones, like ahead of the game.
I had a drone, but when the drone rules changed, I'm like, I'm not getting into that.
That's a whole different show
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Question number 4. Who is the most interesting person you've met working in the Mac?
Oh, this could be a lot of people.
You only got to pick one.
Being backstage with one more girl and their father, that was huge. Meeting Tiffany, listening to Big John McCarthy from the MMA, and everybody knows who that is, talk to MMA fighters about MMA like an MMA fighter. That's up there. I'm trying to think, coolest person I've met, I think, is by chance. And this is a cool story. I'm standing in line at the Keanu Gala for beer or for a coat check or something. I can't remember what it's for. It's one of my first ones. And all you hear is, excuse me, coming through, excuse me. And I look up and it's Marty McSorley. And I'm just like, I'll get out of your way, Mr. McSorley. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm in your way. And he's like, no, have fun. I'm like, thank you, Mr. McSorley. Thank you. It's like, just don't take a swing at me. It's like that. You never know who you're going to meet in the Mac. Like, you never know. I've played golf with NHL champions with Stanley Cup rings, and I've done all kinds of stuff here, man. It's incredible who comes here. Do you know that Bubbles' dad from the Trailer Park Boys, I don't know if he still works here, used to work here. So Mike used to come up here all the time.
I do know that. Yep. Yeah.
So,
Very cool. Yeah.
And our last question for you today. What is the best sports moment you can remember from Fort McMurray?
Oh, my best sport moment from Fort McMurray, over and above everything else, I'm going to go back all the way to 2011 when I first got here. And it's going to be announcing the red and white game for Team Canada. I'll never forget it. I walked into the then Casman Center, and I went down to the penalty box, and the person from Hockey Canada handed me a binder. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'll never get all these announcements in. They won't play a song. Like, holy smokes. So I'm going over that. As I'm going over that, the off-ice crew from the Casman Center shows up, and they go, oh, you're the new announcer. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really excited. I just got here to town. It's all good. Well, you better be good because we like the last guy. So the pressure was on right from the start. And Steve Niehaus, who owns Stax and is now going to the Legion as well to do the restaurant there, we were talking about this last week. And he goes, man, I'll never forget when I'm there at the game and all of a sudden your voice came on the PA. He went, oh my God, Hockey Canada even brought their own announcer with them. Like, holy, this is insane. But the best part of that game was after the game was over, nobody was walking out on the ice to take pictures. So I was at the penalty box. I just lifted the penalty box door, walked out on the ice, and I'm like, Nugent Hopkins. And he turned around, took the picture. Thanks, man. And I just walked off the ice. No one said anything to me. It's on my Facebook page. You want to see a picture of Ryan Nugent Hopkins in Fort McMurray. That's Snoop
awesome.
Dogg wearing an Oil Barons jersey, too. That would be one of the greatest moments.
That has been your 5
There
questions.
you go.
Stay where you're to till like home's where you're at. Or tune in again to the Mac City Morning Show.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.